Hi there, I'm just going to show you how I get from this to this. It's actually quite easy, it's easier than it looks. So I want to actually eventually have, there's 70 of them, so I want to have them all up here. It's best to start with the ones that I've actually already done in the pattern ties. I'll show you. See these ones here, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. If we start with ones that are already done, then you've already got the description, and if you find them on here first, then that'll be the best way to do it. So here's what I've done, this blue polka dot one. So I want to right click and choose view image. It's quite a big image. Okay, so then I'll just drag this into Photoshop, and this is about the right size already. What I've got to do is change the canvas size. It's Alt Control I, or image canvas size. Oh, what's not image size? Sorry, it is canvas size. Canvas size 90. Okay, so now I've got a bit more space to make a good square. So I want to basically go hold the shift key to make the square, and then it's just up right to the edges, and then just move it down till it's central, I guess like that, and then crop that. It's image crop. I have a shortcut for that, Alt Shift Control Q. This one's alright. I like to sort of make this line a bit straighter. There are ways to do it with the warp, for example. So select all, and then image warp, edit, transform. My perspective is another good one if it's just out a little bit, but this one here, because it's curvy, I use the warp. Just try and straighten that line up, and straighten that line up. If you do it while it's still a big image, it doesn't affect the image quality too much. If you shrink this, make it into like 1000 by 1000, then it'll be more noticeable. But if you do it early, then it's better basically like that. Here's looking at my other picture. Yeah, they didn't give me so much lid on this one to work with. Bit trickier, I guess. See what I can do. So I guess I have to try and make this lid extend out to here. And just use the clone tool from here and just try and make it look natural, I guess. Hopefully it looks about right. I mean, it's trial and error, of course, until you get things looking about right, and then we have to clone this thing across here as well. And then it should just keep going as I go along. And then maybe some, just cut off an angle for the lid, which makes sense, I guess, perspectively. And let's just go in there, and depends if I do the content aware, maybe that works sometimes. That's fill and content aware. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. That's not good. I'm going to try some cloning, I guess, some larger. Cloning. I mean, this is just the stuff that I usually just do, even with the ties, to make them look nicer. I mean, the plain ties. And oops. JC, what are you doing? Shh. Okay, almost there. got a little bit of messiness to take care of, I suppose. Like that. Should fill in white now. Okay, so now I've got our tie set and our lid. So what I want to do next, I guess this is the angle compared to the other one. If I'm looking at the previous one I did here, I suppose there's a base on the, it's a bit more base on the box. It's just the angle they're taking the photo from. Doesn't matter too much, hopefully I think this should be alright. So what I want to do now is select this whole area that's not what I want to have where the box was, for example. Hopefully this should be a pretty straight line since I warped it. Maybe just a little bit of clicking, extra clicking. That looks alright. Pretty good, pretty good. Just close it off first before I do the last bit. And then box that I just made, the lid I mean, sorry. Okay, so now I've got everything except for the tie set selected, and I want to fill that in black. And then I've got lighting effects I just used before, I think. Filter, render, lighting effects. And I just chose one that was sort of like a spotlight default. Just turn it on, and then it sort of just doesn't make it look all black and exactly the same. And then lastly I want to select the inverse, Shift Control I there, and then copy that and paste it, and then flip that image adjustments, edit, transform, flip vertical, and now I put it down here, and then change the opacity of it, and then we get this nice kind of effect, like it's professional with a reflection and on a nice surface. So if you compare that to what we started with here, it's not too bad. If there's a logo on the box, please just use the spot healing tool for that. And then lastly, just resize it to 1000 by 1000. I'm going to do 1000 on these so people can sort of get a closer look of what's going on. And then paste that. I'll give you this. Let's go back a few steps. There we go. And just paste it into here. Oops, didn't Shift Control. Got to select all layers and paste it on here. And then there we go. We've got a new one. I guess I would usually like look and see if there's anything I can help fix on the tie. Any like spots or marks. You can use the spot healing tool. Just quickly get rid of these little marks. Oh, that wasn't so good. I'll use the clone. That's alright. Once you're back further, people won't notice. I mean, that's what they're going to see most of the time. The other thing that I was looking at sometimes is the box. If it looks a little bit crappy across here. I'm running out of time on my 10-minute video, so I just select that, and then it just clone. Just try and get rid of the. Oh, it didn't quite work. Maybe I'll try it a little bit higher so it doesn't leave a line. More natural sort of finish. Not too bad. So then we'll save that, and then I'll make another video in a second to finish it off. It's going to be called that, but just change men's tie AU to tie set AU. Okay, next video.